This is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. In this video, I will try to describe three possible scenarios for Bitcoin in the coming days and weeks. I will also provide you with validation and invalidation points, and I will explain the reasons for each scenario. I just want to say that if you are listening to an analyst and this analyst doesn't give you his invalidation and validation points, or if he doesn't explain to you in a way that you can understand his reasoning, this is a sign for you to tune out. Okay? Because there always has to be a validation and invalidation and a reason. Otherwise, it's not analysis, it's just someone uh, telling you his opinion. Now, forgive me for the interruption. Let's proceed. The bullish scenario. The bullish scenario assumes that the 38,500 was the low and that Bitcoin is about to begin a new impulse to the upside. First, price action seems to support this view because the price action, since we hit 38.5, was bullish. We had 5 waves to the upside, small consolidation period in a very tight range, and now it looks like we have a fresh impulse to the upside. However, the bullish scenario will only be validated if Bitcoin gets above 49K and holds this level as support. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. If the bullish scenario will materialize, my minimum target is the one fib extension at 55K. However, because of the rule of angles, which states that a movement from one angle is always in the direction of the opposing angle, I am open to a price as high as 62K, and it's possible. It's possible. It's not science fiction. Price action seems to confirm uh, a move to higher prices. This is my primary scenario at the moment. This scenario will be invalidated if Bitcoin closes a daily candle below 43.8, preferably with a retest, a bearish retest. Second scenario assumes that this price action was just a correction, a corrective B wave. And why is that? Because we had the January 12th candle, which was primarily sellers, which had to be rebalanced. And we also have this week from January 11, which also represents sellers and liquidity, which also has to be balanced. So it's possible that all we are experiencing at the moment is simply a corrective wave to the upside. What's the invalidation of a corrective wave? Two things, two factors can invalidate that. First, you can see that we have a movement, an impulsive movement in wave. Let me show you. Wave 1, 2, this is possibly a 3. If we will experience a pullback now and another impulse to the upside, we will have a 5-wave movement, 5-wave impulse. A 5-wave impulse is not a correction, and therefore I will assume that this scenario is invalidated. Additionally, as I've stated before, Bitcoin has to get above 49K. So a move above 49K and a 5-wave impulse invalidates the bearish scenario. Currently, the bearish scenario is possible, and assuming that this is the high, then the target is 36.2K. But currently, the bearish scenario is less likely, in my opinion. Third scenario is a completion, a continuation of the correction. The only difference is that this correction will not take Bitcoin to much lower prices. Instead, we will range, with the range high being at around 40K and the range low being at around 41K. This scenario is a lot less likely than the two previous scenarios, but we will just have to wait and see, because if Bitcoin will not cross above 49K and if it will hold the range low as support, then we will assume that what we have here is a range, and the range is easy to trade. You short the range high and you long the range low. However, I am not willing to risk shorting Bitcoin at the moment. I think that Bitcoin's price action is sending very bullish signals, and I'm not going to short the 47 or the 48K level, at least not without an evidence. What is an evidence? Price action, like we saw on January 11, is ample evidence for a correction, deviation above the range, quick drop below the range, very large wick. This represents a top. Maybe if I will see the same price action here, maybe I will short Bitcoin. Currently, I'm not interested in shorts at all. So these are the three possible scenarios. I gave you my validation, invalidation, and my reason for every scenario. If something else is not clear, please let me know. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much and goodbye.